Thank you so much.
All right. Fellow Toastmasters and our honored guests, today I'm going to give you a real brief overview of what you can see out of the oceans close to where we live. In the oceans around here, Newport Beach and Dana Point, there's whale watching boats, also in Long Beach and Redondo Beach, but I go out of Newport and Dana Point a lot. We have 11 different species of whales, dolphins, and marine mammals. So quickly, we've got 5 different types of whales. We have gray whales, which are now migrating north as part of their 7,000-mile journey from the lagoons in Mexico, which I was just at 2 weeks ago, all the way up to the Chukchi Sea in Russia. They travel that twice a year, 7,000 up, 7,000 down. They're on their way up now, and you can go see them out of one of those whale watching boats. The other whale that we do see here it's an amazing animal. Now the gray whales are about 45, 50 feet. The blue whales can grow to 100 feet and weigh over 250,000 pounds. They are huge. When you see them next to even a whale watch boat, they are huge, and they're beautiful to see. They're very slow moving, and they are just amazing. It's really fun to see them lunge feeding on the top of the ocean when they open their mouths and swallow the krill that they eat. The third whale that you see out here is a sei whale, and those are about 75 feet, 1,000 pounds per ton. A fin whale, which is very close to a blue whale, a little bit smaller, but they actually will mate with blue whales, and they have these fin blue whales. And the fin whale is distinguishable between a blue whale in that it has about a 12-inch fin on its back, and the blue whales just have a little bump. Then the next one's a minke whale. They're a very small whale, and they're kind of fun to see. We don't see them. They come up, you see them like a minke, and then you don't see them ever again. They just swim way far away before you can grab it again, another picture. And then the last whale there's a sei whale, and they have some interesting colors on them as well. So those are the 5 whale species. Now you're thinking, well, there's probably some killer whales too, but those are more on the dolphin side, and I'll explain that in a minute. The 5 whales that I mentioned are baleen whales. They do not have teeth, so when I went to reach down and touch a gray whale, which I did 2 weeks ago, it was fantastic. She came right up to the boat. I touched her back. I touched the barnacles that grow on her back. And then she leaned over on the side and opened her mouth, and I was actually able to touch inside her mouth and touch her baleen. Baleen is like the hair on your head. They are in pretty close alignment like a toothbrush, but they're anywhere from 7 inches to 12 inches long. And the way that a gray whale eats, different than the other 4, is they go to the bottom and they scoop up a lot of mud in these little arthropods, little kind of crab-like or shrimp-like animals. And they close their mouth, they scoop up all this, they close their mouth and spit the mud and the water out, and then they have the animals and they swallow those. That's how they eat. The other 4 species of whales that I just mentioned are also baleen, but they eat krill, which are very tiny little shrimp, and there's about, they eat 4,000 pounds a day of this krill, and there's about 40 million krill in 4,000 pounds, so they're really, really tiny little animals. They open up their mouths, and they have these ventral slits right here that expand out, and they open up and can put 40,000 gallons of water in their mouth. They close the water and it squirts out, and they keep the krill, and then they use their tongue to swallow the krill. So those are the 5 baleen whales that you'll see off the coast of California. The other animals, the other 5 or 6 animals, the reason it's 5 or 6 is killer whales don't live here. They come by and they munch on all kinds of stuff, including some of the other mammals that we see. Most of the whales, the orcas that come down here eat animals and eat other marine mammals and lots of fish. They will come by, and they'll come from Northern California or even further up in Seattle, and they'll come by during gray whale season when the gray whales are coming back, and they will hunt the calves from the gray whales. And right in front of the interpretive center where they count the gray whales migrating, they had orcas attack a baby, and it was like horrific for these whale-loving people to see a baby calf get eaten last year, and I got to read that all over Facebook. So there's a bunch of dolphins that we see, 4 different species of dolphins. There's Risso dolphins, which have a very square head and a lot of scratchy looking lines on them. There's a bottlenose dolphin like Flipper. Have you guys all seen Flipper? He makes that little sound. Flipper. There's also the common dolphin, which Southern California has the largest population of common dolphins in the world. We have pods of over 10,000 dolphin. And then there is it's Risso, common, bottlenose, and Pacific white-sided dolphins. They're beautiful. They're more black and white, and they're smaller than the bottlenose, which is about the largest dolphin, about 500 pounds. So those are the 4 dolphins that we see, plus, of course, the orca, which is a toothed whale, which is part of the dolphin family. Then finally, the last animal that we see, there's another marine mammal that we see off the coast. You guys have seen them. You've heard them. Anybody know what that is? Seal. Sea lions. We have California sea lions. Now, Martha mentioned seal. What's the difference between a seal and a sea lion? Sea lions have forward flippers that they can walk on like this, but their back flipper can tuck under or behind them, and they are able to walk and get up on things. The seals are like a football with little flippers, kind of like us in the water, where we just are kind of flipping or moving our hands or whatever. They can't actually get up on a buoy. They can kind of crawl up on a rock, but they typically aren't like a huge group of them on a buoy or on the dock somewhere. They also don't have little ear flaps, like a sea lion has little ear flaps, so that's how you tell the difference. But typically when you're out around in our waters, you'll see sea lions. So that's the 11 marine mammals that you'll see in our waters, and I'm a whale watching naturalist, and I can go on whale watch boats for free, and I can get people on for half price. But you can get half price on Groupon and Gold Star as well. If you're interested in going whale watching, you let me know, and I'll make it happen for you. It's something that you need to do if you're an animal lover, outdoors person. It's just spectacular to see these animals out on the water. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Lori.